Hey, everybody. Welcome to Friday night. This is the Zero to Max stream that I've created, and hopefully, everybody will have some fun. I do thank you for being here, and I'm trying to learn how to give away free YouTube memberships. So, if I'm able to do that, if you haven't already, make sure you're enabling your allow gifts and your YouTube settings, and also stay active in the chat. So, with that said, I will go into our first, or my script. Welcome to Zero to Max. Kick back, sit back, make yourself at home. I'm Hey Rob, and around here we cover just about everything from today's headlines, social media trends, to the interesting topics, the unusual, and sometimes downright crazy. Commentary, conversation, community. No limits from zero to max. Remember that. This series is all about conversation, commentary, community, as I stated. Whether we're discussing breaking news, internet culture, YouTube, and social media trends, legal and justice related stories, current events, missing person cases, which I do under real case files, so it'll be separate from that. Consumer topics, or just something fun that caught my attention. You'll never know exactly where the conversation will go. So, with that said, my goal is simple: provide a place where people can think, discuss, question, and engage with the world around them. I encourage respectful discussion and diverse viewpoints while exploring the stories that matter, and sometimes the stories that simply make us laugh. So grab your favorite bevy, pull up a chair, and join the convo. Welcome to Zero to Max. Our first topic, which I will upload momentarily since I just created the PDF, and I always like to have something like that for visual. And I was on the phone talking to a friend, so I didn't do it. Doesn't it frustrate you when you're not prepped? But then again, I'm not supposed to have anything prepped. That's not my goal. My goal is to, hey, Potterhead, how you doing? Uh-oh. CIA did that? That's crazy talk. Yeah, and you know what? That's a valid point. I've heard that too about Nixon. And John is very well missed. The entire group I miss, but I still play a lot of their music. I'm very happy with that. So, yeah, there you go. All you need is love. I love that. That's a valid point. If we all could follow that trend, I think life would be a lot better. The world itself would be much more interesting. So I got a lot of the description. If you see on my YouTube description for this stream, I put a lot of information out there at the high level. Just want to make sure that you know that it's available. And I will add this to the stage. There is my logo specific for Zero to Max, or I should say the thumbnail I'm using. So that's why I mentioned about getting a bevy. We're going to cover some chill topics over ice. Let's just relax, enjoy ourselves, okay? So first topic, not to be too serious, but it is political. There was an email I received just the other day. Trump tightens student visas to close long-term stay loopholes. Interesting. So he proposed visa changes would tighten student programs, increase oversight, and redirect more job opportunities toward American workers. So I think he has good intentions, but I've heard a lot of folks from both sides of the topic, right? Some find it more detailed that it's going to hurt versus help. Others feel the opposite. So I'll just do a quick skim, not scam. Those whose studies extend beyond that period. Oh, I see. There is a concerted effort to move away from the current duration of status system, which allows students to stay in the country as long as they remain enrolled and maintain academic progress. Under the proposed rules, students would instead receive a fixed period of admission. And that is related to work visas, right? Where if they're on a student visa for school, but then they're able to work, let's say they graduate and they get a good degree, and then they turn it into a job opportunity to stay in the States. Just like the Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing company here in my area, literally just up the road on I-17, they're utilizing a lot of what in my opinion, is utilizing the work visas as a way to get immigrants into the United States to work. Um, there's a lawsuit out there, class action lawsuit, and it's not just, if you read the entire lawsuit, which I've done in the past on previous streams, you would hear the accusations from multiple levels and multiple individuals that either still work there, left there, forced out, and they're not just disgruntled, but they described under oath what they had to deal with while on site working. So there's a lot of interesting. Hey, Widget, how you doing? And so there's a lot of interesting pieces there which tie into this from my perspective. Student visas allow you to stay. And while you're, as long as you go into school and you achieve your degree, then the opportunity is you're supposed to go home and work in your own country, if I'm not mistaken. But the blessing in the past was you can stay in to school. But they didn't address the fact that you could also be hired from an American company, let's say, and you could stay longer. And they would probably be able to turn your visa into a work visa and stand behind you, right? But that affects Americans working for American jobs. And I'm not taking away from anybody. The world is a big place, right? I'm from a European background. Both parents are from two different countries from Europe, but I was born and raised in the United States. My opportunities were probably pretty good over the decades. But as far as the immigration status, keeping in mind that the what do they call it? The doctoral programs transfer schools or use programs such as optional practical training (OPT) to work in the United States after graduation. So that's called out specifically, the OPT, which I consider optional. So the idea is that he's proposing this. Now I know it's a big stink in the politics, and I bring it up just because I've had some experience with a local company that's causing issues with their contract with the state of Arizona to hire citizens to work there. And by their actions, again, based on what alleged actions, I should say, and the class action lawsuit describes things as they are now using Mandarin in team meetings. Well, not everybody speaks Mandarin except for folks that are from overseas, either with a Chinese language background or Taiwanese background, and they have Mandarin as a language that they all utilize. And it's a beautiful language, don't get me wrong, but you can't, it's inappropriate to force out people who don't speak it, especially in a team meeting. How do they learn information? How do they know action items, right? I came from the corporate world. You have to be well versed in what's going on so you can move forward and be successful, company as well as the employee. And there's a plethora of accusations in the class action lawsuit. And it's pretty big here because now they've gotten approval to create another manufacturing company. I think they already had two or three, and they're buying property on both sides of I-17. And they're creating there. I know locally they're going to have two different Marriott hotels in the area, which is there's nothing around this plant except a bunch of solar panels in the manufacturing plants and some office buildings and such, whatever all that includes. But the space that they're taking is taking away from the Arizona view, which is the most frustrating part to me. I enjoy the mountains. I enjoy the open space. I enjoy the wildlife, but it's all being impacted by their move. So as far as this student visas to close long-term stay loopholes, maybe it's time to bring to everyone's attention. And I hope there's some fair discussions going on in the government to give it a fair shake or decide what's the best way to handle it. Again, there's a lot of muffle going on in the government, so we'll see what happens. But I wanted to bring that one to your attention only because I could speak to it from a business perspective. So, and this came from Shortlists, which is spelled with a Y, Lysts. I get these emails. I don't know how I got on the list, but it's quite interesting, the stuff I've been receiving. So I figured I'd share it when I can. Now, moving on to a funner topic. It's just funner. So Bianca Buono, if you all remember Bianca, she was the first news reporter from 12 News Arizona to cover the Ms. Owens versus Eckert case. And she did interviews and she did follow-ups and she attended hearings. Now, she had last year, early this year, I think it was late last year, she moved to California. She's working for an ABC news outlet. And I wanted to give her kudos because now we're coming to nearing the end or almost at plea/trial, right? We don't know the direction yet. But I wanted to give her kudos because she's a fun lady. I've met her, we've talked, and I don't want her to be forgotten for all that she had done. So I want people to acknowledge that. She's in at ABC7, Orange County reporter, SoCal and South California native. She's a sports freak, which I remember her talking about that. And I love the next one. She's a burrito enthusiast. I'm a burrito enthusiast. I love burritos. So I'm really happy that she is too, you know. She did graduate from Emerson College. She's an alumnus. And there's her link to her abc.com. And she's also on X. So what I recommend is if you want to thank her for all that she had done, send an email, as well as you can also follow her on x.com so that she gets more followers. And it's a way to say thank you for all you've done for us. So I hope people do take that to heart. And she really is a super sweet lady. I'm very, very impressed with her. As you saw the interview she's done regarding an important case here in Arizona, she's very professional. And she's also done a ton of other ones because we get the tornado weather, we get horrible stories downtown, we have all kinds of stuff going on in Phoenix, Arizona. So, but she's been in the thick of it, and now she's hopefully enjoying herself in Southern California, I should say. Moving on. This was a fun one too, I thought. I had to bring it up because this was a posting on Instagram that I just thought was a hoot and a holler. So it's about Interstate 10, which is south from me, and it goes across the state, east and west, not north and south. So it's states. Now you're entering I-17, Arizona. Good luck. You're going to need it. And I just think that's funny right there. The left side is the full sign. On the right side is two sections so I can blow it up for you. So trucks taking up every lane like they own I-10. Lane changes so wild, your turn signal feels optional. Merge left, merge right, miss your exit, see you in Tucson. Because that's where I-10 takes you to. Potholes. Not real happy with potholes, but potholes, construction, and cones as far as the eye can see. No matter what direction I'm going, there's something going on. And some of them take a long time. So if you by chance, get on a nice, beautiful road like Sonoran Desert, and you look at the signs both ways, it's beautiful, mountains in the distance, a lot of cacti. There's cones that run you into one lane. And all it takes is that one person who doesn't feel like they should do the speed limit within the construction zone, right? Because it's usually less. They go even lower. So you're in this backed up long train of cars trying to get cross country to get to I-17 or the other way, right? At least that's the route I take. But Sonoran Desert, if you do come to Arizona, do find that road, travel it, drive it. You'll see it's a beautiful, beautiful long stretch. So far, they're building homes, but not dramatically yet. So I'm really hoping that they stop and not take over all the land. So we shall see. If I hit the lottery, I'll have to buy some property to stop it from happening, but we shall see, right? 115 degrees, blinding sun, and a steering wheel hot enough to brand you. Woo! Yep, we have horse branding out here and moo cows, don't forget. But 115, I believe the highest since I've been here was 117, and it's not humid. That's the beauty of Arizona. Yes, it's bright, and I do get migraines from bright lights, but I enjoyed that hot weather. Because remember, if you're at your home, you turn the air conditioning on. If you have a pool, jump in the bath water. If you're in your vehicle, turn on the air conditioning. If you're going places indoors, it's air conditioned. It's not bad. But you know what? I always drink water. That's the biggest thing. Sodas are good, but when you talk about making sure you stay hydrated and fluid, I recommend water. It's the best thing you can do. And with my health issues, I have to drink a gallon a day, which lines up perfectly with Arizona weather, right? It's just a lot of fluid I'm drinking, which is good. But if for anybody, if you do come to Arizona and you're not used to it, please make sure you have water with you or a bottle or two, just so you have it available. And realize that in Arizona, we get this spike in the summertime of the elderly and others, but mostly the elderly who get dehydrated, don't realize it, and pass out. And then they're being ambulanced over to a hospital to become hydrated. So we don't want that to happen, especially if they're driving a vehicle, right? We don't want that to happen to anybody, and no injuries or problems in that respect. So, yeah, Bucky's. Is that right, Widget? Nice. I can live there. So, the last second, the end, the bottom of the sign is the desert will roast you, the monsoons will surprise you. That's August, just so you know, monsoon season. The drivers will test you, but if you make it through rush hour, what's the note I added? At David Neal Comedian, host of the Rush Hour podcast. Let's give kudos to Dave. Reach out to him, check his channel out, listen to his podcast. He's on 2-3 times a day and on the weekends, don't forget. Anyway, I thought that I'd throw that in there since I saw rush hour. Let's see. But if you make it through rush hour, you earned it. Nice. Ding, 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 ding. Because only in Arizona can you drive 25 miles in 70 minutes and still call it a short trip. I-10 isn't just a highway, it's a way of life. So good luck. You're going to need it. And there's little cacti, blazing sun, and mountains. So I thought that was a hoot to share. I don't know if anyone not in Arizona has ever seen something like that if you traveled here. But if you know of a street sign or a post like this in your area, please send it to me and leave me a comment, because that'd be fun to hear about what kind of catchphrases you find out there, okay? It would be a hoot to hear. Thank you so much. Let's see. I'm going to look at the steps for... Let me find the right link here while we're doing this. Got that. There we go. Okay. Okay, it says look for, I'm trying to do the free memberships. Click the $supers icon. Where's the $supers icon on my screen? I do not see that. Oh, it must be in YouTube. Okay, I'm opening up YouTube. Give me a moment. I don't want to go there, so let's do this real quick. Well, that's not going to happen. How does one do it? You can get rid of live streams, or you're different from big. Anyway, how to get to free membership? Start your live stream. Make sure channel memberships are enabled for your channel. I believe they are. Open your own live stream as a viewer. Oh, okay. I can do that. And I will open this one and turn off the volume so we don't have double vecho, right? We don't want that. See, I quickly paused it so it didn't annoy anybody. And let's see. I think this is fun, especially if I can give away some memberships. It would be so nice. Look for the $supers. Was you talking about? Nope. Well, I did a pretty good job of the write-up. I would suspect it'd be at the top. You know what I mean? Like, that would be logical to me. Okay. They changed a little. Let's see. Share how you celebrate. Oh, let's do this way. Okay. Goal. I can give out 5 super chats minimally, and I can choose a 15, 30-minute timer. We'll leave it at, we'll do 30. Share how you'll celebrate. I will use my soundboard with the most happiest clapping for all winners. Yay. Okay. Got to spell that right. Okay. Start the goal. I figured I could just give it to you. Okay, let's see if that works. There. Okay, now I found another place. I'm sending 5 now. So the more people that join, whoever's on, your gift memberships have been announced in live chat. Woohoo! So there it is. I just gifted 5 memberships. Let's see who got them. And if you got them and I don't see it, just let me know. Okay, I see it. Karma Dealer, Jersey Girl, Leanne Burkmeyer, Kinda Shady, and Darcy Enough. 4EF. Yay! I'm so happy. I finally got to do that, and it wasn't so hard. You know, some people are just silly like that. Ah. Widget, I was hoping you get it. I'm so sorry. But there's always more, right? Okay, let's go on to the next topic, which is Darcy Adanna Esemonu. She is a local lady who's been in the system for a while, in the courts, I should say, in Arizona. She had previously been sued in civil court by Major League Baseball pitcher Trevor Bauer, and she's facing felony criminal charges in the Superior Court of Arizona in Maricopa County under case number CR 2026-006700 because she was assigned a new case number. So keep that in mind. I listed the old one just for reference, but there's a new case number now. And her next court date was yesterday, the 25th, which of course I didn't make it there due to other commitments. But we have a grand jury had indicted Esemonu on the following charges. Hey, Mike, how you doing there? The allegations. Esemonu previously sued Bauer in Maricopa County, alleging he essayed her in 2020 and resulted in an unplanned pregnancy. Prosecutors now allege that she faked the pregnancy and abortion using false claims and threats to attempt to extort millions of dollars, that's my Michigan accent, from Bauer and another man, Marco Bresciani. Potential penalties she's facing are 2 felony charges carrying a combined maximum prison sentence of 16.25 years, I should say. So 16 years and what, 3 months, right? 3 times 4 is 12. So 4 months. Anyway, civil proceedings, Esemonu's civil lawsuit and Bauer's countersuit for extortion and fraud were paused pending the conclusion of the criminal proceedings. So I gave you the link at the bottom there. So if you do the replay, you can freeze frame and type that up and look it up. I included her mugshots. You can see what she looks like. And that was provided by an article by Samuel Clement from April 30th. And I also, that's a blacksportsonline.com website. Website. So. Yes, Mike, you are correct. He was blackballed from the MLB, which is kind of sad. But yeah, it's tough when situations like this affect people. And we are aware of in other cases like this where women make false claims, but keep in mind, men do too. So it's a fair statement to say that humans do this. So that's trying to bring it to your attention because in this case, she's still in the court system. Stuff's still happening. I wish I would have made it yesterday, but I didn't make it. So I do apologize for that. But I gave enough information as in a 0 to max topic. So we will move forward and maybe I'll do a real case files stream on her specifically. I've done it in the past with Big Tiff Dog. If you know her, she has a beautiful channel also. You might want to get into that. Okay, the next one. This is what I found interesting whenever you create your stream, and I use the platform StreamYard, okay? And in StreamYard, you create it, you do your stream, and then it saves it, and then you pick YouTube as your platform that you want to show it on, or other platforms. But when you're in the screens for the stream and you're going through the step by step before it'll post, one of the sections I now see AI use. And I honestly do not recall seeing that before. I just don't remember. I never print screened it in the past. I just go through them. But it caught my attention that I never saw that before. So it states, was AI used to generate or edit your content in any of the following ways? And as we know, artificial intelligence, or AI, is being utilized more and more by folks. And it's in today's world, right? With ChatGPT and other sources. Excuse me. So they're looking at getting these questions answered. Do you use AI, and have you made real person appear to say or do something they didn't say or do, right? I don't know if you all saw that Brad Pitt clip that was on YouTube. He was kind of, he and another actor, they face overed it, whatever, and it was not them. And it was kind of a stinky a couple months ago. Does it alters footage of a real event or place? That's a valid question, right? Are you making things look worse, better, and different? And also generates a realistic looking scene that didn't actually occur. I watch a lot of those true crime, a lot of the police, law enforcement, DUI cases going on YouTube, the stream. So I, of course, answered no, because I don't do that. And that's what it has. So again, it says follow YouTube's policy. You can see examples. And if you do, selecting yes adds a disclosure to your content. So keep that in mind. That's on YouTube, and that's when you are going through the process of posting a stream, a video, I should say, or a short also, right? When you live stream, you go back, or when I live stream, I go back and make sure I've got all these questions answered. I don't just skip it and let it ride, because you don't want any AI robot to ding you. And it's like, well, if I would have done my part, I would have been in the middle of something. So you never want that to happen. Okay, so just a little insight how AI is popping up everywhere. Now, the next one is, of course, the Mega GoFundMe fundraiser, Mega Stream fundraiser that occurred on June 13th. I got a picture of the poster. We had Llama, who from True Crime and Wine Time, hosted it with a plethora of people behind the scenes. She had a plethora of people coming in and out throughout the 12-hour stream. And this is to support the legal funds for needs for his legal issues for Mike Maricini and family. And that's the picture that's on the GoFundMe page. There's Mike, and there's Daniela, and the two beautiful daughters, I should say. And at the time, by the time we ended, we had broke $100,000. And the goal, as you see here, is $105,000. And I believe we collected, or folks, sweet, wonderful folks, donated and over $14,000 in donations. And we had an auction, which was just awesome. And I didn't bring my mug in that I auctioned and won. I bid on and won. It's in the kitchen drying because I wanted to prepare it to look good and drink water out of it. And I totally forgot. So I will remember to bring it for the next Zero to Max topic episode. So anyway, Mike was very grateful. He also showed up midday. And then we had a lot of fun throughout it all. A lot of folks joined in. They were committed to join at certain times. They were gracious. They were kind to Llama. Llama was doing a wonderful job. That's 12 hours. That's a very long time. So I give kudos to her too. Good job, Llama. Good job. So, oh, wait. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, I'll do the sound effects. Yay! Woo-hoo! Good job, Llama! Woo! Sorry, got a little excited there. So yeah, so it was a beautiful thing, a beautiful day and night, and it was best for me because it was East Coast based, and I'm Arizona's time, which is Mountain Standard Time pretty much. So I was 3 hours behind. So when they started, it started at noon to midnight. Mine started 9 to 9. I was awake the whole time, no problem. Had no issues with sleep sleeping issues. So that was a kudos to all of them and everybody that participated. I just wanted to add my 2 cents, and again, a compliments to Llama for running it. It was a great job. And then we have Zero to Max, the next topic, Delta Airlines. I received an email about a new benefit. You can check 2 bags free on Delta flights. I'm like, oh, all that money I hear about people wanting to pay $200 here or $100 there or even more or less, right? Because they don't want to check their bags and have it get lost. Have we not all been there? So that could be frustrating. But I pulled from the email and I found that it was a little bit more detail oriented as far as you can check your first bag for free on Delta flights worldwide and now get a second bag free when flying domestically with the Delta Sky Miles using your American Express Gold Card. Dun, 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 dun. So I added and blew up the feature card benefits and first check bag free plus new second check bag free. Enjoy your first check bag for free on international and domestic, which was not in the first on the email, and Delta flights, plus check a second bag for free on domestic Delta flights. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of weird. Enjoy your first check bag for free on international and domestic Delta flights, plus check a second bag for free on domestic Delta flights. So it's not international, only domestic. So I guess that's most people, right? If you're traveling within the United States and you sign up and you're approved for an American Express Gold Card and you can pay your bill, that would be a nice perk for you. Now, I blocked out my Sky Miles, which I've had for a while, unable to fly currently, but I do have Sky Miles that built up, and I'm hoping one day I'm able to use them. Don't want them to go to waste or got lost, right? But I don't know if anybody flies Delta, if anybody's had some stories, good, bad, or indifferent on their flights with Delta. Would you please leave me a comments, if not during the stream, afterwards? I would like to hear about that because we do see a lot of YouTube streams that I watch about airport Karens, male and female. A lot of issues in the airport that folks are denied to get on the plane for various reasons. So there's some interesting ones. And I thought, well, I'll bring this up and see if anybody wants to provide me with any information that you're aware of or even some personal experience. I won't give out your name if you don't want me to, but I think it'd be a good comments that I could ask you for. And if you choose to post, do it. If you don't, no problem. So not really misleading, but it does promote the fact that you should have an American Express Gold Card. So if you're in the mood to get another credit card or you need one, this might be something to think about because you do get that extra benefit, 2 bags for free domestically. Okay, so let's move it on. Now, this one I came across, which was quite interesting to me by clicking around. And it's a website, and I'm assuming other states have it too, but here in Arizona, there's a candidate portal website. And I thought, cool, I'll click in there and sign up. So it says sign up today or log in. And of course, as I went through the process, one of the questions up front is, are you a public officer or running for office in Arizona? And I assume if I say yes, it'll let me continue forward and ask more detailed questions about what party, where I'm at, what area, what district, blah, 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 blah. All the important stuff. So instead, I went to the internet and said, hey, this website, I may want to chat GBT, I don't remember. But anyway, it said, can the public join it? And it says, no, the public cannot. The Arizona Candidate Portal is primarily an online system maintained by the Arizona Secretary of State for candidates running for public office, not for general public use. So I wonder what's in there. What are they really posting? Is it like a internal messaging tool also? Can they see each other's profiles? It'd be interesting to find out, right? That's all I'm saying. And then they have some verbiage at the bottom about the notice to support ongoing cybersecurity preparedness. Users should update their passwords. Well, maybe you should update your code to prompt people to update every 90 days. Just throwing that out there. putting the onus on the people or the candidates or their staff for that matter. Who knows? So go check out yours. If you, in your state, if you have something like this, a candidate portal, it'd be just interesting to know how many states actually have this or provide this. I've never heard of it before. So I found it quite interesting. And again, if you have any comments or something you want to share, please let me know. So moving on, this one was a hoot and a holler. I've seen this so many times on Instagram. So I actually stopped and watched the whole ad. And it's A, a little disgusting, B, true to form. They're claiming that this product, which is a hair removal cream, smooth skin, men's hair removal cream by NEWPARKINGS, and the ultimate 2026 smooth skin essential, right? So the picture I used was the safest one I could get off their thing, is that if they have like a cactus stubble, they call it, right? They put the cream on, and then a minute or so later, they wipe it off, and your face is baby bottom fresh and soft. I'm like, I want to try that. So what did I do? I ordered it. Yes, I ordered it. And they have a special pricing going on, free shipping, you know. But some of the other areas that they use to show hair removal, let's just say it was not just your face, but also other body parts. They weren't rude or not able to post on Instagram, so you know it's safe. I just didn't feel comfortable showing some of the shots that they used. And they're like short clips, 10 seconds, right? Put it on, wipe it off. But just, it was funny. So if you come across this, it's the posting is from Presents 5/521 or Presents 52140. Okay. So if you want to try it and go look, please have at it. Oh, you are very welcome. I'm so glad you got a membership. It's so nice to finally figure out how to do it and give something back to folks, you know, so you can enjoy yourselves. So there's a link to the Instagram posting, right? I put on there also. If you just be careful if you go there and watch it, it'll become part of your stream hits, right? You'll start getting a bunch of them coming through. But I can't wait to receive it. It's been 2 weeks. And I haven't received it yet, but it did clear customs in China. What? Yeah, didn't know that. So now I'm waiting for day by day for updates to get it because I want to try it on my cactus stubble and see if it works, right? I think that'd be fun. I'll start with my face. We'll leave it at that. I don't want any burning anywhere. So, okay, now the piece de resistance. This was another Instagram posting which just made me laugh because I've seen this before in my state. And this is basically titled, "Only in Arizona, 2 rattlesnakes caught fighting in someone's front yard." And it's a video. Now, I didn't put the link is there. Yeah, I put the link there, but I'm not playing the video, which I should have, but I didn't prep for it. Because you know, this is so relaxed and chill topics, you know, bevy in hand and all, which I do have a bevy. See? So did I show it? Okay, there you go. So I got a bevy. But anyway, these 2 rattlesnakes are going at it. They're doing this kind of thing, the dance. They're like overwrapped on the bottom over each other, and then the heads are like, and then they attack and they do this. And then they separate, and then they try to get around and all that. I've never seen, you know, the ones I've seen, I've never sat and watched the whole thing, but they usually disperse and separate, or someone gets involved, right? But to have someone's front yard, to have 2 rattlesnakes, or snakes, I should say. No, they call it rattlesnakes, battling out to the end, right? To see who's king of the land. I just thought it was hilarious. And in this heat that we're having right now, I think it got to 111 earlier. Could be hotter by now, but I'm indoors drinking water. But the heat today, it brings out all of the little critters, big and small. So you always want to be careful when you're out there in the heat. You always want to be careful about your surroundings, just like anything else, whether it be people, vehicles. Wildlife, add that to the list. You just want to make sure you're safe. Now, again, I ask for comments or feedback or whatever on these topics. If you are aware, right, of something in your area, let me know where you're at, city, state, country, or city or state or country. Yeah, it could be around the world. I had people from England that watch me, so that's wonderful. Anyway, if you have something that goes on in your area that you want to share, please add it to the comments section. I can pull from that also for another Zero to Max. That's Zero to Max. Multiple topics that are kind of relaxed, laid back, nothing major, just having a good old time. So that's what my goal is. So that's my Zero to Max. Now, I do have other, I don't want to say platforms, but I have other groups that I do, like the Nancy Guthrie coverage is under my Real Case Files. So that's missing persons. I also, if you haven't seen me or heard me, I do follow the FBI posters website for kidnapped and missing persons. I daily review that and copy it, make a copy of it so that I can keep those names of all the individuals. Currently, there's about 127 posters available. Not to say that's all the missing persons, because as we all know, there's a plethora of missing persons in the country and around the world, adults as well as children. So keep that in mind. And I don't like when things happen to children. So please don't tell me any stories about that. But it's important to get the word out. So I'm trying to give a voice to the people who can't speak for themselves. I promote sharing what you know. It may bring somebody home. And as I did this week, there were last week, there were 2 more folks that were added via FBI posters. This week, another person, as well as the Nancy Guthrie updates, which I felt compelled to do since I've been involved in monitoring since February 1st when she first went missing. Missing on January 1st, last seen on January 1st, missing as of February 1st, 2026. And this would be, I think, 145 days as of today. So, but I've got other folks that are missing in the 2,000-day range. 1824 was the other lady that's gone missing since 2021, and even longer, as well as children. So I feel compelled to keep doing those streams, and I will keep doing those streams. My goal is to at least find anyone that can share information with the FBI tip line or the FBI.tips.gov website, or they can contact their local consulate or embassy. There's a variety of ways, or your local law enforcement even. You can contact them too. This is a big issue. You know that. And sometimes these missing persons end up being trafficked, human trafficking. We don't want that either. So I'm trying to do my part by sharing information, and hopefully people are watching my shorts and my streams when I bring up those topics. It's not always that laughy jokey like this one where I'm enjoying myself. It's more serious, but it's still worth watching, I hope. And if you have other people that you want to watch, please do so. But it's more the importance of giving a voice to the people who can't speak, as well as getting their face and identification details out there for people to see and realize maybe they know them. Maybe they're in their area. Maybe they've moved in years ago and didn't realize that could be that person, right? Because that happens. We've seen it before. So, any questions from anybody or any interest of folks that want to share anything? And if not a big deal. I want to thank you all so much for attending. And again, this is my Zero to Max series. I want to share chill topics, over ice, have a bevy, and topics of all kinds, as I said at the beginning. So I just want to make sure that you all have a good time and enjoy yourselves. And if you do have anything you want me to cover, please write a comment, and I will make sure to include it on my next Zero to Max. If I'm lucky, I can keep doing it every Friday, because you know how there's a plethora of information that comes out on the weekend and during the week. So this would be a nice one to do on Fridays, especially with a bevy. So with that said, I want to thank you all again very much. I appreciate it. And again, I'm Hey Rob, and I thank you, and I am signing off. Thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Take care now.